What's going on, everyone? Miles Jack wasn't down. Never forget it, because I sure won't. Today, we are going to talk about, are the Jaguars going to draft a defensive end with that 25th pick? I don't know what it is. But I have this sneaky suspicion that if one of these three guys falls, Jags are picking them. I don't know what it is, but I feel it. I feel like Urban Meyer just wants to stack the D-line as much as possible, and I feel like one of these three dudes falls, Jags could end up picking them. All right, let's get into these three guys that I'm talking about here. The first one, and Peter Schrager of Good Morning Football actually mocked him to the Jaguars in his mock draft that he put in this morning or yesterday. It might have been this morning. I don't know. One or the other. And that is Quitty Pay, defensive end out of Michigan. I have his career numbers here. 59 solo, 38 assists, 97 total, 23.5 tackles for loss, 11.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 pass defense, and pretty much from what I've heard of him and looked into him, I believe he did suffer an injury this past season, and he is very much a boomer bust kind of a prospect. There seems like there's always that one prospect every year, especially at the defensive line, that's always like that great potential guy that he could develop into something or he could not, but is the reward greater than the risk, yada yada yada. That's Quitty Pay. Do I want him at 25? Absolutely not. No, thank you. No, spank you. Nope. But, you know, hopefully someone's dumb enough to reach for him, because that's the way I look at it. I look at a guy like that as a reach. Gregory Russo, defensive end out of Miami. His career stats are 35 solo, 24 assists, 59 total tackles. And that is over the span of 3 years, I believe. 19.5 tackles for loss, 15.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, 1 pass defense. He did not play last year because of COVID. He decided to opt out. So, what I've heard of him, and from what I've seen, I actually do the little bit of tape that I've watched on him. He does look like a really good player. However, he just kind of has the one really good year. He didn't do a whole lot in the beginning of his career, but 2 seasons ago he was really, really good, and then didn't play at all this past season due to COVID, which is understandable. So again, that's a lot, and I feel like there's a lot of guys like these in this draft because of COVID, like that didn't play last year. Like, will that be able to translate? Were they a one-year wonder? Who knows? Wouldn't totally hate it if the Jags picked him at 25. Wouldn't be my first option, but wouldn't totally hate it, because again, outside of Josh Allen and Caleb on Chason, and Chason is very unproven at this point, Jags ain't got a whole lot of help at that edge rusher, that pass rusher, that get off the ball edge rusher. We don't really have that outside of those guys. And this dude here, I actually like him a lot. Jalen Phillips, who is a defensive end. He was actually opposite of Gregory Russo. This last year, he had 45 tackles, 8 sacks, 1 interception, and 3 passes defended, which tells me he gets his hands up. My dude gets his hands up, and he knocks those balls in the air, and he knocked 3 of them in the air, and he picked 1 off, which for a defensive end, you can't ask more than that. I think that's pretty solid. So those are kind of like the top 3 guys in this draft as far as defensive ends go. Now, honestly, will any of them fall to 25? Probably not, because I feel like it's a position that a lot of teams reach for. And if they panic, they may draft a Quitty Pay. Like, I feel like Dallas might do that. Like, I feel like that's a cowboy move to kind of reach for a guy like that. Or I feel like Detroit or someone may do something like that. Not the Jaguars, hopefully. Hopefully. Like I said, Jalen Phillips, I do like him from what I've seen of him. If he were to fall to 25, he would be my fourth choice between some other guys that I've talked about on this channel. But I could see the Jags doing it. I really could. I really think that Urban Meyer wants to go heavy still in the defensive line, even though we addressed it in free agency, which is, hey, last time the Jags were successful, that's how we won, man. The defensive line, we ate, and we got after the passer, and Saxonville was born, and I'd love to have it back because, God, that's so depressing. So depressing, you guys. But anyway, those are the three guys. I, again, don't really know if any of them actually fall to 25, but in the event that they do, I would hope that the Jags would be able to grab Jalen Phillips if other guys were off the board and if they felt that was the best player available. Again, don't be surprised if the Jags go defensive end at 25. I'm just saying, I don't know what it is. I have this gut feeling about it. So that's just my quick little recap of those guys coming out here. Hey, the draft's almost here, you guys. It's next Thursday. I'm excited. I know you're excited. At least I hope you're excited. Consider hitting subscribe, man. I'm trying to grow this channel, trying to put out some content here, trying to connect with other Jags fans. So if you watched this far in the video, and if you love the Jags, such as myself, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button. Comment down below which of the three guys that you would hope that the Jags would take with that 25th pick. And I hope you have an awesome day. Go Jags.